when we have these conversations is that there is always this black men always have the ability. Oh damn, thank y'all. Black men always have the ability to hide behind the systematic oppression that's happening whilst they get to do and behave in deplorable ways. They get to behave in ways and then go back and blame it on oh this happened to me, oh that happened to me. And oh, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Um and and when I think about it, because don't get it twisted, it doesn't matter that there's this idea of like the race card being used because the systematic oppression and oppression is real. Black folks are marginalized. That's just plain as day. So I'm don't get it twisted what I'm saying. But but when I think about it, it be the black men who that's who they talking to. That's who are those the black men that commit all these crimes, and then they want to toss out this oppression. They want the community. Thank y'all. They want the community to suffer under their rule and them subjugating the community and harming the community. Then they want the community to turn around and support them in a bullshit when they get caught by daddy. And then they play this, oh, we're oppressed, oh, resources, and we throw them at the worst of the worst. All of the black community resources get thrown at the worst of the worst. Not the most vulnerable of the community, the ones that we should be helping do not get help because they too busy about to make, like on Monday in Orleans, there's a church in New Orleans. They're meeting to get together with the community to help the escapees get legal support. They gonna jump join together in an effort to help the two escapees that's still out and other quote unquote families of these men who committed these crimes because they heard Antoine Massey's recorded video and they believe him. So they're gonna put we're gonna pull all our resources. We're gonna get everybody hands on deck for that bullshit when there's children who might can't go to college because they can't afford it. So, and free minded, your mother's wild. But go ahead, Tara, and then Renee. Oh, I ain't know you. Oh, hold
Hey,
on.
look, I was just
Free.
saying that's wild about
Free.
the.
Wait,
I
no, my
wasn't
bad.
talking about nothing.
I didn't know you was up here. Wait, I got scared. I didn't know you was up. I'm just joking. I didn't know you was up here. I'm sorry. You scared me. Don't get up here scaring me. But you can respond since I was being. Hold on, let me respond because I being shady. I didn't know you was up here. I wasn't looking at my. You can respond. I'm just
Hold
explain
on.
what you
We
mean.
need to speak.
No, I was just saying that's wild how they was getting how you said they getting together to get funding for the escapees. I wasn't saying nothing offensive,
Okay.
sweetie.
Okay, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. See, that's why you gotta be careful when you talking shit. You gotta know what's going on. But go ahead, Tara.
So I'm gonna just say this. I think the part that's like sad to me is that there are black men and especially women who don't realize that women are more oppressed in our society. Like I've talked to too many people who can give you a whole fucking rundown of the shit that these men whether it's a lie they fabricated or some shit that they going through, but they don't know about the attack on black women. They don't know about the mortality rates when it comes to childbirth. They don't know about us losing reproductive rights. They don't understand that these men aren't talking about us when they talk about the black community and they talk about themselves. They don't talk about how like we don't get support when it comes to our education. We get nagged, how they look down on us, how they pin us against each other. Like it's so much shit that like people like in the black community we don't talk about that, and that's just the women, the children. It's like these niggas ain't doing shit, they for themselves, yet they get put on a fucking pedestal, and that shit is crazy. And like that's partially why we fucked up now, because like these niggas ain't no fucking leaders, they ain't here to save nobody, they fucking selfish, they don't give a fuck about you, they don't give a fuck about the kids. They just want somebody to come in and save them. Them motherfuckers always want to fucking save you. And like, if there's anybody got privilege in the fucking black community, these niggas, and they don't do nothing with it. I land there.
Absolutely nothing. You're right. I agree with you, Sarah. Go ahead, Renee. Then TD, Game, Free, and then Tareen. Go ahead, Renee.
See, the reason that the black community is socialized to prioritize black male pain, to me, that's never been really surprising because that is a pattern that you see across all marginalized groups, which is that the male voices are always put first and prioritized, and I've never really seen why the black community would be any different. Men's voices in general are just very over prioritized. It makes sense that within the black community, black men's voices would be prioritized over black women and other black people within the community, because that follows a general trend of men being prioritized within their marginalized men being prioritized within their marginalized spaces, and having privilege over other black people, other marginalized people, and not doing anything with it. So I do agree with the prompts, but I'm not surprised by it because it does follow a general trend that we see across history of men's voices in marginalized communities being prioritized over other voices.
I agree. So to me, to make it simple, depending on what group you're talking about, in this case, the black community, it'd be the patriarchy and blackface. Okay, got it. And we supposed to be complicit, and we're supposed to aid and abet black men in this, aid and abet them in subjugating us, women and children, and GAY folks and T folks. They supposed to be, and certain men who are weaker, and disabled folks. They supposed to be able to lord over us, and we're supposed to aid and abet them in that. And when they do not have the resources, or they do not have the ability, or they are operating in their masculine fragility, we supposed to all do cake sales, fish fry, sell plates, sell ass, move work, do all kind of shit, get bonds together, get the church involved to help them get out of the situation they put themselves in because they threw a tantrum. Okay, yeah, it sound like we've been hoodwinked and ran astray, but we gon' we gonna correct that today. Go ahead, TD.
I was just gonna say the reason why they're prioritized over it's just because they don't even. It's. I'm gonna keep saying this until I'm blue in the fucking face. They don't see women, especially black women, as people. They see us as tools and things to be used. They see us as resources. They don't see us as human. So they're not gonna prioritize people that they don't see as human. They're gonna prioritize. They're not gonna make things a priority. They don't. That's not what they're gonna do. They only see themselves as human and sees themselves as victims. They're not going to see someone below them on the totem pole as a victim because they don't view them as a human being.
I agree. Go ahead, gang. You back like you never left.
Okay. Um, so I think there are multiple parts to this. The first part I wanted to mention is the fact that a lot of people, when they hear the term man, they already assume that person is strong. I'm just gonna say that first. They already assume that person is going to be their protector or everything else. And when it comes to the black community, that doesn't make there's no exception for that. So what I think is going on is that people are ready to help the provider go back on his feet in their way of thinking, like, okay, they're the provider, so we're going to help them get back on their feet. But the difference is that when women, especially black women, knowing that black women are always attaining degrees and all of these things, we are not assumed, even taught as little girls, that we can be basically that provider. We can be that thing that's like use that thing that is wanted. I don't know if I'm putting this properly, but I think because of that, black women are susceptible to putting themselves at a place of basically that I need to pour into this man for him to give me the outcome I want. And I think that that is a problem in itself. I think that is what creates male centered women because we are conditioned when we are young that we are basically what is supposed to be beside a man, but not basically that we are the prize, technically speaking. Men and women should be prizes, but in the society, the patriarchal society we live in, men are valued and women are undervalued, technically speaking. The fact that people have the ideology that women basically are not applicable in society as something that is a major aspect, that is why we don't have majority funding for women who are going to schools that's why we have TikToks going on about we don't care about black women degrees. That's why we have all those type of stuff because it's just basically that men are always being put on a pedestal in multiple parts of the community and specifically the black community. Whether we see it that people rally up and pay for freaking donations to R. Kelly, whether we see it with people rallying up and basically saying being denying that those allegations were real, whether we see it with people laughing at the pain of a black woman, Megan Thee Stallion, whether we see it where we see black women who are winning like Serena Williams being mocked by black men, because us being in the spotlight was never the main goal. The main goal was that men would be in the spotlight and we would be in their shadow.
I agree. I agree. Go ahead, Free, and then Tareen.
Uh, in response to that problem where you say black men are not the only victims, I was taught long ago about a black man that you ain't nobody no victim. You know what I mean? You choose what you choose. One from my my belief and all that, any man considering himself or talking like a victim, you a bitch. Simple and plain. Uh, what I had to learn myself because I was one of them, black women bashing type dudes at one point in time. You got to speak life into these women. And you ain't gonna get what you want from. You ain't gonna get the results that you looking for. Talking anything negative to a woman. Women are they multipliers. So you gonna multiply life, or you gonna multiply the negativity, and they not gonna deal with you on the a negative note, and we seeing that more and more, right? A lot of these dudes need to check themselves. A lot of them don't got no grit. They don't got no guts. They don't got no heart. I'm a man myself. I see it. I talk to these dudes. I hear their work and all of that. A lot of these guys, they just bitches, and they need to come off that. Respect these women. I'm from the '80s, and what I was first taught by a lot of black men when I was coming up from the old school cats. Respect these women. Treat these women well. Even if she, you consider her not respectable, respectfully walk away. You know, that don't make you no man. That don't make you no man to disrespect no woman. Honestly, that don't get you no prize. It don't. It don't. It don't. If it make you feel good, you a bitch. That's, that's just how I see it. I don't respect no man bashing no woman. Cause right now, I know between my family and women outside my family, I can call 5 to 6 women at the least. If I need $40 to $400, I know 5 to 6 women that's gonna come off that. I don't know no man that's gonna do that. No man. I land right there.
Have you ever been incarcerated?
No man. Not in penitentiary. No.
Oh, just jail. You say you just went to jail.
Yeah, just county. Yeah.
Oh, I forget y'all be saying county. All right. Shout out to the counties. But the thing that's interesting that I hear a lot is that men be like back in the day or in my day, there was a time um if we do 10-year, like we go in like a 10-year rotation, like in 1900 the niggas was saying back in my day, in 1910 back in my day, in 1920, and y'all get the pattern. In the 80s, if you was raised in the 80s, that's like, that's not a good era. Like a lot of women was getting hooked on candy by the hands of the men. So if respect is, I don't look, if the respect is here, take a little hit of this, it's gonna make you feel better. If that's respect, then I don't want it. Disrespect
I didn't say
is.
nothing about selling candy or respect. I'm just talking about in general as a person. Not I ain't sell no,
I'm
I
not
ain't
talking
never
about you. I'm saying the men, like the men in these generations who are giving y'all advice saying respect women whilst they're disrespecting women. Because whether you are pleasant to me, whether you say, hey, Miss Mia, how are you? Take a hit of this, it's gonna make you feel better. You being polite doesn't take away from the harm that's being caused. This what we trying to unpack. It's been generation after generation where candy has flooded the community at the hands of black men. Now, rather you say the CIA set them there, or even if you want to talk about the government doing it, and you could even talk about the meth Marys. Either way, in each of those situations, then we'll just cut it even. Men have always introduced within the community the most deplorable, harmful things that harm the community. So there wasn't the 80s wasn't a good example, and
Well,
the 70s
let
not
me give
are
you some
either.
background, sister. Not to cut you off. Let me give you some background on me. Right, I'm an individual. So I was
Oh, we
raised
don't
by
we can't do individuals, brother.
well,
Brother, we can't do individuals because then I can't confirm nothing you
I
saying.
can't. I mean, you can't confirm it, understood, but I don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I never was approval of the D game. No way. You know
But
what I'm
you know
saying?
about it.
I,
This
I I really don't know about it because I was honestly back in when I was running streets. I was a stick up kid, so I robbed niggas. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I robbed a dope dealer.
or
So I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. You
To
know what I'm
your
saying? I didn't play
mama.
the. I didn't play the. I didn't play the D game. That wasn't me. I was
the
raised
stick
by a
up so
computer.
the stick
I
up
was raised.
kid, you know though. So then you being a stick up kid, okay, Robin Hood. At the end of the day, the reason why you was a stick up kid
All
is
right.
because you
I see your angle. You have a good night.
all right, damn. The fact he wouldn't let me stick it to him like he let the county stick it to him is diabolical. He wouldn't even let me talk him through it. But go ahead, Tareen.
To your game. How you feeling?
I'm good, Tareen. That shit was. I want Tareen. I wanted to slide it in like he used to, but he ain't let me. So, oh well. He ran out of here. He was like, "Not tonight." He said, "No means no." He got out of here.
Yeah, he wasn't giving consent tonight. But to answer the prompt, it's been a terrible tradition to put men on a high pedestal. Like you said earlier, patriarchy and blackface, where we're being overly programmed and conditioned and making it habitual to just put men in the forefront at all times. And something I was thinking about, even when we have these conversations that are focused on women, where they can grow, or what they're going through, or things that have happened to them, there's always a guy that will come up and always say, "Hey, what about the men? Or what about us? Or we go through that too." And I look at that as equivalent to if there's a woman sitting on a bench and she's crying, saying that this happened to me, a man walk into her eyes, kneel down, and say, "Yeah, I see your pain, you're crying, but hey, I go through this too. You know, we go through this too." It's a terrible thing. And then something that I've witnessed, and I could be tripping, but from my is whenever there's a woman that's typically going through a lot of different things, usually it's because of something that we've done to them, or because of something that the system is doing to them that's outside of their control. And when I hear a lot of men complain or cry about whatever is going on, usually it's not something that a woman has done to them. It's usually something that another man has done to them, or something that they've done to themselves. So that's what I've seen.
Wait, say that last part again.
I said that a lot of times when I hear about different things that women go through, it's either because of something that we've done or something that the system has done where it's out of their control, and it gives them a handicap when they're trying to do whatever it is in their life. And when I see a lot of men going through certain things, it's usually something from the hands of another man or something that they've individually done,
I
not
agree.
from what a woman has done to them.
I agree. Go ahead, Prince, and then we'll open up the panel.
Hey, this is a good prompt.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, no. Like just to be in like, in harmony with what everyone else has said so far, because there were some great points. Yeah, no, Black men are not the only victims. They're just because we do live in a patriarchy, they're the only ones who are allowed to be victims in the truest sense. In that if they say something, they'll be heard. If they feel any kind of pain, whether it's inflicted by them or by some other man, then it'll be taken seriously. And I guess to answer the second part of the prompt, yeah, I think the Black community is socialized to prioritize Black male pain is because it's the one that's the most documented. Like, just using your background, for example, those are all good documentations of what Black men have gone through since they've been in this country, the United States. However, Black women, we've been experiencing that too. They just don't have a lot. They don't show our pictures or show our murals or even celebrate or remember us when we go through the same things. So that's also why it's more documented. And I'll land.
I agree. And before I introduce a new panelist, my bad, y'all, because I got to introduce a new panelist. Then we'll open it back up. Is when old girl was on that Donahue nigga show, and Farrakhan and his lies was sitting up there, and she was I forget what the question was, but she was like, ours was never televised. She was basically like she was saying that the G side in Germany was the biggest atrocity that was televised because Black folks atrocities was never televised. And it's funny that you say that because what we really should be saying well at this point we have to say the atrocities that go on with Black women aren't televised and it's not acknowledged, it's not recognized. So I thought that was interesting that you said that. But go ahead, Trey, because you said something in the comments. And let me tell you something. Don't let us get up here and fucking lie. So if you catch us lying and being disingenuous, you got the right to put us, hey, you got to let us know. Because we'll be lying just to be lying. And we don't
Yeah,
need that.
I respect that. So pretty much like I'm listening to everybody and it's like, and this is why we can never really go nowhere because you're going to hear women say our problems are not being heard. You're going to hear men say our problems are not going to be heard. We got a lot of reasons on both sides of why we feel we're not being heard, why we feel,
So start with the
we're,
women. Because us
which
women know. The women, we know where we come from. And
I
we know
know.
what you
Okay, so as far
start
as
with the women.
men go through, and men go through a lot of different things as well. Like, and I don't really want to get into what all men go through because
Wait,
we
hold
really don't
on.
know.
Wait, hold on, Tavy. Hold on.
But
Tavy.
what's up?
I'm gonna hold your hand with a condom in between it. Tavy, we up here to have a conversation.
I
Why
got
did
you.
you say
I
that
got you.
and not tell us? Tell us. Let
I
us
got you.
know.
I
Okay.
got you. So, okay, so you got men that go through a lot of stuff, with their baby moms, the system. You got men that go through, situations where, he's getting dealt the bad hand, he's not making no money. It could be a lot of different things. I see women put men through the ringer all the time. So when the dude was like, I don't really, women are not a lot of men's problem, that's just not true. I've seen it. I've been in those courtrooms. I've seen this a lot of times.
So you've been in the
But
court. Hold on, cause we gotta slow
yes,
down. I like to
I've
hold
been in
on.
the,
I don't
I
like hold
got
on.
you.
I don't like your rub. I like to take
You
my
like it slow.
time.
So
I like to take it
one of my closest friends,
slow.
like literally, like he had a lot of baby mama drama, kind of similar to the DDG and Howdy situation, but this is more real life stuff. When I'm telling you, she used to put hands on dude, try to stab him, ruin his equipment, take his child. He had to go through the court system to get his child back. He lost his child. It was so many things. I've been in these
Wait, hold
courtrooms and these
on. So
situations.
he so he a
So
rapper.
No, he's a no, he's not a rapper. Not no, he makes music, but he's just a man that does a lot of different things. You know, he photography, he does a lot of different
Okay, so
things. So
hold on, because let's stick to that, because this the
mhm.
thing. It's interesting because all men who have baby mama drama say the same thing. Every man say the same thing. They always say the same thing. So why do so many men pick these women who are going to do this violent stuff?
see,
And if he got custody of his
that's
child, hold on, wait,
disingenuous.
hold on. And if he got custody of his child, then it sounds to me like he made a mistake by picking this woman. When he saw the error in his ways, he fought like he should. Instead of fighting a case, he fought a case in family court instead of criminal court. He was like, hold on, I made a mistake. I got this woman. She's unhinged. The baby ain't safe with her. Let me get custody of my baby. So he got custody of his baby and he fought and he got it. So
Mhm.
the system didn't. The system
No,
works for him.
what I'm saying is for people to say women are, like when that dude was like, oh, women don't, be the reason why men go through stuff at the time. That's just simply not true. That's what I'm saying. Men, there's a lot of different reasons why men go through things, and women are one of them a lot of times. But
I have a
my angle,
question.
my go ahead.
Did he ever cheat on her?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so hold
Okay.
on. So how about this? Okay, so here, let me run it back. There is a common thing that if you say bitter baby mama, if a person came up here and said Mia is a bitter baby mama, you don't know you don't even know if I got kids or not. You don't know nothing about me. But if a
Mhm.
motherfucker get up here and say, Terry, don't talk to her. This bitch a bitter baby mama. I gotta fight her in court right now. You're going to believe it. Like out the gate, like no question. And I'm not saying that you wouldn't hear me out. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not saying you
I ain't
wouldn't
saying
hear
that. I'm
me
listening.
out. I'm not saying you wouldn't hear me out if I push for it, but on its surface, your first thing be like, see what I'm saying? That whatever. Because you know what? There's a negative connotation behind the word bitter baby mama. If a motherfucker put bitter baby mama on you, nobody is going to do no deep dive. It's simple. She a bitter baby. Why you don't got your kid? She a bitter baby mama. Where your kid at? Bitter baby mama. Why y'all broke up? Bitter baby mama. And people gonna believe it. At least
It-
on the
Not
first, right?
not even just
it's two sides to that
Wait, hold
coin.
on 1 second.
Baby
Hold on.
dad.
Wait,
It's the
hold
same
on.
thing.
One more thing. There is not an equivalent with bitter baby daddy. There is nobody is like, oh, that nigga a bitter baby daddy. Oh no, he ain't getting his kid because he a bitter baby daddy. Nobody's doing that. So even with what you're saying, there is a result. There is representation, excuse me. Men are not suffering alone. Women and men believe men when they say that their baby mama is bitter.
Is
No,
that
Mia,
but
Mia,
okay,
I want
so
to add on. Mia, I want to add
okay.
on to what you're saying because this is what upsets me about black men, right? And I am not a black. My man is a black man, so let me clear that up, and he'll be here shortly. But at the end of the day, what pisses me off about black men, especially black men on social media, is they want to sit up here and act like their problems have not been heard for the last 60 years. Like we ain't heard the same stories over and over how the government is against them, the court systems, the police. We've heard all their problems
You
time and
can't
time again.
downplay it though.
But hold on, I'm not finished. But they just barely start hearing the black woman out within the last few years. We're just now
Mm,
barely, hold
mm,
on, we're
mm,
just barely right now. Hold
Tabby,
on,
hold on.
Travi. You can't even control yourself. We just barely started talking about bitter baby daddies. You know, those baby daddies that leave because they can't be with the woman, they can't have the woman, so they don't want the child either. We just barely started talking about those things, okay? So when it comes to the black woman is so ignored, so disrespected. Nobody wants to hear out the black woman's problems. Y'all sit up here and y'all want to talk about slavery this and slavery that, not realizing that black women got the worst brunt of slavery. That's the only reason we have mixed children to this day. Okay? So it is a huge problem for me when I come on these platforms and I hear black men constantly complaining on social media where all we've heard out is y'all problems for years and years and years and years. But y'all don't want to hear out a black woman and what she goes through because y'all are expected to expect the black woman to struggle. Y'all don't care about black women's struggles at all. And until it comes time for y'all to sit down and actually hear black women out, the community's never gonna be fixed. Ever.
I have some follow-up questions because this I don't. Okay, so what
Well,
exactly?
make it like pick one of them to ask him so he can respond, so we can get the queue and then open up the panel.
Okay, what was the reason he basically did not marry her?
Go ahead, Tabby. You can respond to her question, and then you can finish with what you were saying. You can finish your statement. But
Or
I,
why did they break up? That would be more simple.
Tabby, you gotta unmute. Everything you touch gonna crumble.
My bad. They pretty much they pretty much broke up because of just domestic violence. Like she was very violent, and I was called to be there so that he wouldn't get beat. So it was domestic violence and a whole bunch of stuff with that. That's why they broke up. And then once that happened, then that's when her family side got involved, and that's when there's a whole bunch of drama with the child. It's very messy stuff. So it was is that situation is real deep. But my response to the lady before that is, listen, I am very sympathetic to women in general, but I do feel like this is the problem why we can't move forward in general because you got the woman's woman saying, woman, we never be heard. That's not true. I see it
Travi,
a
did
lot
you
of
see how you had to say women in
Connor, I'll
general
let
when
you
I
speak,
spoke
twin. I'll let you
specifically to
speak, twin.
black women?
Ma'am, I'll let you speak.
Go ahead.
Let him finish.
You know what I'm saying? Like this how not I let you speak. I let you get all your stuff off, and when
No,
I
I just
start
wanted to
talking,
put
you don't
that
want to
one
listen.
thing out to you to see if you were going to change because I
I'm
said
not gonna
black
change. I'm
women.
not gonna
You
change.
said women in
I'm not gonna
general.
change. I'm not gonna change. My thing is, I think this is why we can't move forward in general, because everybody gonna point out different faults on both sides, and there is no solution. The only solution is where y'all need to listen to us, or the only solution is y'all need to listen to men. There is no true solution. Everybody's going to keep talking about whose fault is this, whose fault is that. But just like even with this Holly DDG, we're the black people, the only people that's actually deep dive into the situation, tearing us apart. So my challenge is to y'all is what is the solution for us to actually come together and find a common ground for the both of us? Not to say that one is worse than the other, because we both got things that we can say about
Take some
both.
No
accountability.
one's
I
gonna
have
No,
to.
say
see, I'm
what.
talking. See, that's what.
Hold on,
See,
y'all.
Travi,
Hold
you,
on.
Travi,
Y'all
see,
might have
that's
to hold on. Y'all
disingenuous again.
hold on, Tabby. Y'all, I'm
I
trying to get
got you.
order. Y'all might have to write down stuff because I don't want to. I don't want to lose. We got to get another person in here. Tara, what you want to say real quick?
Oh, because he was like, black people the only people. That's because they fucking black. What the hell? Of course, gonna be black people. There's other people, but primarily gonna be black people because they fucking black. That was dumb.
And okay, so we're gonna let Q go. We gotta let Q go. But I want you to think about this, Tabby, while Q talking, and then Kelly, you'll be able to respond, and then we'll open it up because Kelly um came up here late. Well, no, hold on. Q gonna respond, and TD had a question, then Kelly, and then we open it up. Tabby, I want you to tell me what is black women's plight, or what do black women say that, and show us how it's being represented. You don't have to answer right now. I want you to think about it. Like, I want you to explain what it looked like for black women to be heard, because we say we not heard. So I'm interested to see how you can point to us and let us know that we just falling into this pointing finger thing. But just wait till after Q and TD ask her question, then you can
I
respond.
got you.
Go ahead, Q.
How y'all doing? Um,
All right,
so
Q.
how you doing? So I grew up. Luckily, I had both my parents in my life, but I grew up predominantly with my mother. Most of my childhood was spent with my mother. I didn't live with my dad till I was 15. My experiences, like within the black community, generally has been it's more focused on the women and the girls than it is the men. There's more of a a care or a generalized care within the community about the emotions of the women and about the struggles of the women
Okay.
than
Give
there are
me,
the
give me an
men.
example, because that's the question I kind of asked Heavy. So give me an example.
Particularly when it comes to single motherhood. And really, it's all over the community, even socioeconomic factors. Um,
Wait, single mothers are
well, I said,
supported because single mothers, black single mothers, get
correct.
dogged out. Welfare queen, what is that? What is the welfare queen if single mothers are supported?
I'm sorry, what is the welfare queen I didn't hear you.
There's a term called welfare queen,
Mhm.
and there's lives after lives, media after media. There's a book, I think it's the y'all help me out. The Mahana something report.
The,
And
Moanahan.
the Moynihan report. I was on here. I
Moynihan.
was trying to help her out, and I was struggling too. Damn.
I
Look,
got y'all.
I was like,
I'm
look,
not
I
gonna
was
catch y'all
sitting,
slipping.
look, y'all, I was sitting up here like radio was on that movie, trying to like get that word. I was rubbing my fingers together. Y'all remember how radio? I'm like, yes, it's them. Y'all should see me. Oh, that shit hurt. That shit hurt. But on the serious note, cause we serious over here. That report literally drugged black women for the field, and black men drug black women for the. There is an interview in 1968, and that's in 1968 that I can think of right now. But there was panels after panels where black men was dog walking women on panels. They wasn't these type of panels because it was in real studios.
Oh,
They
I've
was
seen
dog
those. I know
walking
what you're
black
talking
women.
about. I've seen clips of those.
Okay,
I know what you're
so
talking about.
we gonna but we gonna X that one out. So let's and I'm gonna help you out because we gotta move around on the panel. Because I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in. Um, do you know what type of support juvenile prisons and facilities get?
I'm unaware.
It's like they. Okay, let me explain this. So in adult facilities, it's commissary, it's visits, and they have some type of pay to talk phone system, fed, state, and counties, parishes. They have you have to pay to talk, but there's also visits and commissary, right? The juvenile facilities have that too. Do you know about the support or lack thereof? Have you ever heard of it at all with juveniles?
I have not.
So I'm gonna jump to the point because I don't like to play. Male facilities across whatever is fed, state, or county get more support than juvenile facilities and female institutions 10 times fold. When it comes to the Innocence Project, when it comes to visits, commissary payments, the money that's funneled in, programs, people, volunteers. There is a system of volunteers that go to prisons. The volunteers could choose, like, if they want to go to juvenile facilities and volunteer their time, women facilities, wherever. Out the gate, the resources that go to helping men in prison overwhelms all juvenile facilities and all women facilities every single time. Anytime there's any criminal behavior that happens, it's always going to be supporting of men. So I just want you to understand that
I
the
see.
most vulnerable do not get support. There is no marches about juveniles who are in custody right now simply because nobody would come get them.
And I worked in the juvenile. I know all about that. RYDC in Atlanta. I know all about that.
So how diabolical is it that there's somebody right now, somebody grandma, uncle, no, ain't no uncle, grandma, mama, girl, side chick, they right now getting ready to put some money on somebody motherfucking JPay, and it's a child that can't get out because don't nobody fucking want them. And it's gonna be, and again, I'm gonna say it again, it's a church that's getting ready to pull resources to help a motherfucker who escaped. Because he
I see
cried
what you're.
on a 1 minute video or 2 or 9 minutes, whatever it was. So I'm just want to give you that insight, Q, but go, y'all let Q finish because I'm rude, but go ahead and finish.
Oh no, you straight. I see what you're saying. However, that's not the everyday black man. That's the incarcerated black man. If you're talking to overwhelming support for incarcerated black men, then
No. I'm
indeed
not.
you'd be
Hold on.
right.
Let me clarify, baby, because don't get it twisted. I know it's levels to it. I'm saying too many of our resources go to incarcerated men.
That's a
And
reasonable argument.
and when you are an oppressed group, we are over policed and we face being criminalized more. So whether you like it or not, it affects us. It's so much of it. It ain't no such thing as separating the two. Cause from what I hear, black men are scared to have encounters with police officers. It don't matter what kind of black man it is, whether he in a BMW or a bicycle. So that means that we're over police. So the criminal justice situation is important. It's important to note that. But go ahead.
So, okay, I do know it's important to note, but it sounds to me as though you're equating the criminal justice system and the incarcerated black man and the support within that system to the everyday black man. And I'm talking the everyday black man. The incarcerated black man is
That
something
don't
different.
make
I understand.
sense. Hold up.
Yeah.
Because
Is
the
it
rest
fair?
of y'all regular, degular folks you want to refer to, y'all not out here petitioning for the funds and the resources. Unless y'all are, then that's a whole nother argument. But like the fact it's like you purposely missing her point. If we have resources available, and resources not just having money or whatever, it's fucking people, boots on the ground, and that shit keep going to free your cousin and them, and that's being pulled from other places where we need it. That's the problem. Like the
Well,
men who go to prison, they need to be like, shit, I was the sacrifice for the next generation.
Because I did
so I
it.
see what you
They
guys are
try to admit that
saying,
they did
but
it.
okay, I see what you guys are saying, but those aren't community pooled resources. Those are
Yes, they
private
are.
resources.
A
People
church
who are
is a
bailing each other out are
community.
family members.
No.
They're mostly like I
There's a
understand we're talking
church.
organizationally. I understand
No.
we're talking.
No. The
I
innocent.
understand you guys are talking about
Okay, well,
the
how about this?
organizational
Let's move
impact,
on from it because we
but
not.
generally speaking, it's familial. Most those organizations again have wait lists that are booked because of this very issue of black incarceration. So generally, when we're talking bail and things of that, it's relatives, baby moms, girlfriend, things like that. So again, the resources are separated in that
She said
context.
a bunch of nothing.
Okay,
She
just
said,
land your
I'm
point.
not saying a
Okay,
bunch of anything. I don't think you
okay,
guys
but Q,
Aren't
just
understand
go
me.
those
ahead and
people? Aren't
land
those
your
people
point.
putting money?
Hold on.
mm.
Q, go ahead and land your point because we're gonna bring it back. I know everybody because we look, y'all. I get it. We're gonna be able to call out the bullshit. We gonna be here for a while. Go ahead and finish your point, Q, because go ahead and make your original point so we can move on.
My point in general is the black community is prioritizing black women pain over black men's pain, and that's just what I believe.
Okay, nothing. TD had a question. Go ahead, TD. Then we'll open it up. Oh, I
Uh,
know Black Betty was up here. We got a little Black Betty in too. But go ahead.
but this one's for Travi.
You ready?
You're up here talking about how we can come together, and there's no point of us coming together because we're not going to come to basic understanding. The
No,
problem.
I didn't say that.
So
I didn't say
hold
that.
on. Can I finish, or are you
You
gonna
gotta
get
start
mad?
off right. You gotta
Can I
start off
be?
right, baby.
Can I be?
Up.
Can I finish, or are you gonna keep talking?
Okay,
Mute
I'm
up.
sorry. You're just wrong in the
Mute
beginning. My
up.
bad.
Mute up, nigga. I'm not done.
Okay, sorry.
God damn. You're up here saying that we can't come together because we have two fundamentally disagreements. But when we, as black women, tell you what you're doing is harmful and how you're being harmful, instead of reflect, I'm basically trying to phrase it as a question. Why, instead of looking internally and wondering what you're doing wrong when we're telling you how you're harming us and what you're doing to harm us, why aren't you? Why, instead of reflecting upon yourselves and doing the work for yourselves, why do you all go to shut us down, to mute us, to dismiss us? I mean, we know why you do it, but I want to hear it from you.
So I
Y'all
don't.
tap the screen, please. Come on. That's all y'all in here. Tap the
Okay,
screen.
so you saying why? So if you okay, so if you tell men what your problem is, So does it stop at men just reflecting on that, or does when we reflect on
Ask a
what you
question and
say?
you answer a question with asking her a
Hold
question.
on, because I'm trying. Listen, let me do what I do. So if you tell us what we need to do to better help understand what y'all go through, fine. I ain't got no problem with that. So when we do that, and if we tell y'all what our problem is with y'all, is it the same energy? Do you reflect and do you do better? See, it doesn't
I
stop
agree.
at men reflecting.
Yeah,
So
It's two sides to the
my
coin.
it
answer
is.
It
was
is
basically not my
But
it's
that is
two
a
question.
sides to the
deflection, though.
coin.
You got to
Answer.
answer it. That
Hold
was a
on.
deflection, though.
Let me ask it again because I don't think you understood where I was coming from. Why,
Okay.
when we come to you with the issues that you are causing, with the behaviors that we're telling you are problematic, instead of reflecting and analyzing and improving yourself so you don't perpetuate the same behavior, your first go to is to deflect, distract, and dismiss it entirely. Why do you all do that?
I'm not
Hold
this
on. Why do you all do that? Why do you all dismiss it and act like it's not a problem, or try to sweep it under the rug, or act like we're the dramatic ones for telling you that your behavior is fucked up?
see
And
you're
you're doing it right now, but go
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
about to say,
because
because you
it's
are
because
doing it now.
you're generalizing a lot of men. I don't know what a lot of men do. I don't know I don't know if every
You
man is
just did
not
it.
perfect. I'm
Okay,
saying
let's.
like
Okay, you don't know a lot of
Jesus Christ.
men. Okay,
No,
we
I'm
got.
saying like because the
TD, you mind
question
if I answer the question, man?
Wait, what
because
you? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Y'all know each other?
not at
Nah,
all.
I
Oh,
don't.
but
I'm just saying, like, Travi, I see what you're saying. However, you did initially prove your point, right? You
I
initially
don't.
deflected.
Okay,
What
I
I,
mean that's fine.
Okay.
and
Okay,
then,
all right.
well, you did initially deflect. In answer to her question, I personally believe the black man does change his behavior. TD, I believe that it's so drilled into black men's minds that we must take accountability that black women through matriarchy have a grip on our mind. And I believe that's what kind of holds black men really from being men.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
What
whoa.
the fuck?
Wait, hold on, y'all.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Because I want Black Betty to go. Sir, what the, what?
Please go, because what the fuck?
That,
We gonna address that one in a minute.
no.
You wanted
That's
my
the problem
opinion. I
right
gave it.
He
there.
proved,
That's the
no,
problem.
he proved like, you proving the point.
You just
What's
Like,
the we're
you
proving hella
literally
points right
walked
now.
in. Betty, did you,
I
hold
don't.
on. Betty,
Yeah,
did you
I'm.
hear
Travi.
I'm.
me?
I'm
Yeah,
not aware of you
Go
proving
ahead
anything.
and,
Travi deflecting. Q is gaslighting. But anyways,
go
yeah.
No,
ahead.
Yeah.
deflection don't nobody
See,
gaslighting. I
guys,
this is
just
where the
answered her
argument starts.
question.
This is where
I
the back and
really
forth starts.
Wait,
think,
hold on.
I
Mm.
Hold
really think,
on. Wait, hold on, baby. Before you go, because I want to make sure they respect the panel. Hold on. Ain't gonna be no back and forth. The women that y'all talking to up in here, we ain't y'all mama them. Y'all
For
can't
sure.
fool us. We not fool. We not gonna put our titty in y'all mouth and
No one's
and
fooling
rock
you.
you to sleep. We don't give a
No one's
fuck.
fooling you. This is what
So,
happens
Gotta
when a
be
black
respect
man
on
just
both
says
ways,
how he
ma'am.
feels.
hold
This is
on,
what
hold
happens when a black
on.
man just
Cause
says
if
how
y'all,
he
See, this
hold
is
feels.
on,
exactly what I was talking about.
hold
Every
on.
time.
Cause if
This
y'all,
is
hold
exactly what
on.
I
Every
was talking
time.
Hold
about.
on, cause I'm a
Crazy.
voyeur. I'm a voyeur. So if y'all gonna start fucking, I'll watch.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
What? Ain't nobody seen. No one has gotten on that level of
Cause
disrespect.
one thing about
Oh
None
it,
of us
if
have
man.
y'all
said
gonna
that.
start fucking on my panel, I'll watch. And whoever don't want to watch, y'all can leave. But I like to see.
So y'all
I,
fuck
I, I
each
love
other,
to
but we
see.
can't.
I
Y'all
love to
defend
So
see
each
two
other and
men
got each
get
other's
pound
backs, but
town.
we can't.
I love to see a juicy ass getting pounded.
That's
see
always
what
been
so
interesting.
so
The
what is
So if
system
going
y'all
though.
on
want to
with you,
fuck, start
ma'am? What is
fucking.
I don't
wrong with
know.
you? You got
Uh-uh.
problems. No doubt. You
That's
got
why.
I'm exhausted and bored.
Go
Oh damn, he
ahead.
left.
Cause I asked y'all nicely, let Betty finish. Cause I wasn't gonna argue with you. I want you to put a pin in what you said, cause what you said was interesting. And it's something that we want to get into in this next part. But hey, I'm all for the boys doing what the boys do. It's Pride Month and I love to see it. Don't worry about it. That's why I say I'm a voyeur. You got my attention. But go ahead, Betty. Go ahead. Sorry, baby.
the reason why Q sees the black community supporting women more is because he keep on sneaking himself into women's spaces, trying to gain a therapy session from us instead of looking for the community of men to support him, because he knows the community of men in the black community are not supporting the community of men your community of men and the black community out here recruiting y'all into GANGs and to be stick up kids and to do immoral things. And then you got your pick me ass mommies over there turning a blind eye while the community of men touching on the little boys in the community too. That's the reason why you keep on thinking that the women are getting more support, because the women are out here doing the work to make sure that the woman and the children in the community get supported. Meanwhile, the community of men that you love so much is effing y'all in the keister with no lube. That's what's happening
That's
with the
that's
community of men.
that's a wild take. Black
Yeah,
men are molesting
Hold on,
boys.
not only that,
That
Q, I just wanna
that's
add
a
on
wild take.
I just wanna add
Wait,
on to
hold
what she
on.
was saying.
Wait, hold on. You can
and then I'm gonna land
wait,
here.
let Betty land because I figured she wasn't finished. Then you can add on, Callie.
Yeah. First of all, yeah, the black men are chestering the boys, and y'all don't really want to talk about that, especially during the candy epidemic when a lot of y'all went to jail in hell, and y'all left the community to these little creeps that was over here coming in as stepfathers and touching the boys, and that's the reason why so many of y'all men got a problem with stepfathers today. But y'all don't want to talk about that. And yeah, absolutely, y'all do change when your knees is buckling, your back is aching, your hairline's receding,
Retreating.
your
Retreating.
hairline's receding. You looking for a night nurse, okay? You looking for a nurse in a purse. You looking for a hospice wife. Then y'all want to get y'all act together when y'all close to meeting the Lord, so you can find a good woman to take care of you at the end of your days. That's the only time y'all get y'all act right. And I'm gonna land there.
Go ahead, Kelly. I know you want to add to it.
Yeah, and Travi had dropped. So my thing with him was when I spoke, I was speaking specifically to black men and women. And I want y'all to notice how when he started speaking, he said women in general. Like it
Yeah.
is a problem for these men to respect black women. That's what I wanted to call him out on. Like I wasn't speaking to women in general. I'm speaking about women within our community, whether they're black or mixed. But we're not talking about no other demographic. And then number two, men always want to act like black women are supported by these social programs, whether it's SNAP, Medicaid, WIC, and all these things, not realizing the fact that, first of all, those are social programs that are afforded to anybody below the poverty line. Second of all, it's generally black women who are raising children, because if you were raising your children, you'd have access to the same type of program. WIC, although it stands for Women, Infant, and Children's, is not specific to women. They help single fathers as well. So it's like you get like, instead of talking about the larger problem within the black community, which is why men make excuses to not take care of their household or create multiple broken homes, but then condemn single mothers for being single mothers, you guys want to talk about how you guys are not supported and how you're the victim and everything, and the whole world is so against you, not realizing that the lowest person on the bottom of the totem pole has always been the black woman. And there is nothing you can do or say to change that. Now, black women have stepped up. They've educated themselves. They're buying homes. They're actually prospering in life. So that's not going to be the narrative forever. But it's crazy that you guys want to act like you guys are so victimized and don't take accountability for anything. If you ask one out of four black men where their father is, they can't even tell you. But yet you're still going to say black men are victimized. They're the ones creating victims out here.
Mm.
And
No crumbs.
you all do notice he proved my point in real time, and I knew he was going to prove my point. That's why I asked the question the way I asked the question.
And wait, real quick. In the comments, because this is something that's been a
Hold on. I want
trend.
to prove a point to Shane.
Hey,
Baby, come
I know, but
here.
wait, hold on. I gotta say before you do that because I gotta say
Shane
this.
said nobody up there has a man, and my man is
Oh,
right
that's what I'm
here.
about to say. Oh yeah, okay.
Baby, give me a kiss. At
No,
least
but
like that comment there. Wow.
that ain't the point about him. Him saying them always going to the same point of
Let me
nobody
see.
has a man is interesting because it proves my point. Y'all think y'all the prize. Y'all literally want to be bad bitches. Y'all literally want to be put on this pedestal in the way that you see women are put on the pedestal. Cause why is your comeback as a man saying that nobody up here got a man? Do you want a fucking man?
I
Like,
never.
do you want a man? Like, are you
I
like
didn't say
do
that.
hold on, Q. Do you think that if a man felt your booty hole, he'll marry you? Like, what is it that you like? What this need for black men to compete with black women is diabolical. Y'all are constantly competing with black women, and it's because y'all cannot attain the things that YT men have, and y'all are salty. That's why y'all bring up the Willie Lynch letters. That's why y'all are mad. That's why y'all mad at welfare. That's why y'all mad at government assistance. That's why y'all want to put yourself in this ultimate victim role, while also saying that the reason why you do deplorable things is because the system is against you and you don't have no choice. Cause y'all are having tantrums. Cause y'all can't be the bad bitches y'all want to be or the man you want to be.
Not even just that, Mia, but if you really think about it, like, think about it. Just because we have an opinion, we have to be single and bitter. You see, I had an opinion on something, and the notion was that because I have an opinion on something, I don't have a man when I'm sitting next to my man. But it's crazy that we can't have an opinion on anything without being labeled single or bitter, which single's not even a fucking insult. It really is not.
Shane don't
Like
have a
the fact,
man. Shane don't have a man. That's why he mad, and he keep on cause to me he an inmate. So we even. I'm a single woman with 5 kids and 10 cats and 9 dogs, and you an inmate. So bend over and hold it open so I can see if you got any contraband. Cause I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, inmate.
And he's right. Technically, I am single. I have a roster big enough for an NFL team. Now what?
I'm sorry. We're
oh,
talking about the dude that was
they
on
get
here
mad when you
earlier.
say
Or,
that, TD. That is a trigger for
I
them.
know. That's why I said it.
What you said, Q? Hold on. What you
I
said,
said,
Q?
are we talking about the dude that was here earlier? Or I'm
No,
confused
somebody
with the
else. You gotta
conversation.
focus. But you can speak to what you want to speak to. Go ahead.
Oh nah,
It's
y'all
open
straight.
panel now, y'all. Y'all good.
I
That's
just
why I
wanted
said
to
what I
say the
said.
whole matriarchy comment was just foul because the black community is not a matriarchy. Let's
No.
just get that straight.
No, the black community is a
And
matriarchy.
it's
It's been since
bizarre
the
that y'all
'80s.
keep saying that. Y'all keep saying matriarchy, but don't understand like the term what terms mean.
Society predominantly ran leadership by women.
So,
It's
do we have
not.
that
Matriarchy.
in the black community? Do we have
Yes.
mostly black women who are running shit? Do we have black women who take a majority of political office?
If we're
Do we have
talking heads of
majority of black
household,
women running
yes.
schools? Do we have a majority of black women running hospitals?
Black women became the
No,
most
dummy.
hated
We ain't got
demographic
that
in the
shit.
last few years,
We're
and they
still in
hate
the patriarchy. Y'all piss me off
Nationally,
with that shit.
yes, we are in a patriarchy. However, the black community is the
Nationally, in the
matriarchy.
and in the black community is still a patriarchy too. I'm
When
nuts.
mothers outnumber fathers, that's a
And
matriarchy
whose fault
story.
is
No, it's
that?
not. That's not what a
It's
matriarchy
the
is.
parents' fault.
No, it's the man's fault.
It's
Y'all piss me off
both
with this
people's
lack of
fault.
taking accountability. Nah, it's the
Says the
man's
person who
fault.
just blamed men. It's the
Says the
man's
man
fault. It's your
who does
fault.
not
Is
know what
nothing.
words mean.
Is
You don't
is
know
the
what
only
words
thing that has
mean.
come out of your guys' mouth. Vicky Prince.
Anyway, y'all
What do
do
you?
anything but take accountability.
That's
But
why I
What do?
said what I
What
yeah,
do
the
said.
The
black
black
community is not a
community
matriarchy.
I
is
all
a
It's
this
not.
is a black male
the
hate
black
panel.
community
This is
is a
white people.
patriarchy. It's not just about
All
family
right, so the
structure.
same dudes who are
The fact,
locked up are the
let's be
same
so
dudes who are
honest.
presidents and
Let's
stuff.
be so honest. Okay, let's think about a nuclear family, even though I don't usually like using that term. In a black home, it's more likely for the man to quote unquote lead. That's so many paddles that want to push that. That is a patriarchal, like it's already a patriarchy in that aspect.
So
Just
black
because
men
the
leading
people
their
are
family is a
separated,
patriarchy.
just because a family is separated does not automatically mean that just because the woman having to basically take responsibility alone just because a father decided to even run away, that alone is some type of power because in itself a woman cannot be afforded that same type of leisure in the black community. If a woman were to leave her children, it's not the same. They would call her a witch. They would call her tired. They would call her all types of names. Wayward. A woman cannot take that type of accountability. Cannot take that type of they can't afford to do that in the black community and you know it. A man can definitely do that.
And that's why
Hell,
men.
if a man came up to a woman and said, "I
Only
had
black women
5
think that
baby
they're
mamas,"
incentivized.
if a man came up to a woman versus a woman coming up to a man and said she had 5 baby daddies, it's very different. So don't sit here and lie to us.
Hold on, go
No
ahead,
one, no
Tara.
one's
Then
lying to
hold
you.
on, wait, let Tara go. Then millionaire, cause
Yeah.
you over there doing something weird, Q.
Yeah.
You need to stop fingering your asshole and calm down. Go ahead, Tara.
Take a break, damn nigga.
Yeah,
But
he gonna wear that shit out. He gonna fuck around and make a mess. You cleaned
you
it
about to
out, but
take,
you can't keep fucking
Shame,
with it.
guilt,
about to fall
insults. You need to
asleep.
be right. Classic black
Hold
women
up, Q.
playbook.
Hold up,
Call them
Q.
gay.
Q.
He done dished that hole out, and now he gonna fuck it back dirty. Calm down. Go ahead, Tara.
Classic black woman.
First
Hey,
of
I'm
all, you talking
glad.
about you loving yourself. But anyway, first of all, the problem I have, first of all, is that y'all motherfuckers don't know the difference between patriarchy and matriarchy. It's not male led, woman led. Like matriarchy is egalitarian, but even still, like this is where it go. What I'm talking about. Y'all don't know shit that black women go through. Cause you like, oh, black women. You think black women running the fucking neighborhood? All the shit we going through right now. That's what I'm saying. Y'all say that because your daddy never came home, and you like, I guess women run this shit. And like, it's like you never left the block or something. Cause what the fuck is you talking about? Like, y'all take some a racist white man say, and that shit law. That's the
But then,
fucking problem.
but then they leave out the part like, who is when you think about the danger that goes on, who is terrorizing the community? Who is it? When you think about the 70s,
Single
80s,
mother
90s,
raised black men.
no, no,
Since the
no,
80s,
People
Q.
who be shooting churches
Only
and
Hold
black
doing
women
on,
were
supermarkets.
hold
that's
on.
incentivized.
that's the
Hold
whole
on, y'all. Wait, hold
thing.
on, y'all. I got it. I got it. I got
I'm
it.
gonna
Hold
start
I
on.
mean,
dropping
pew pew,
people.
my
Hold
Hold
bad, my
on.
on.
bad.
Hold on, millionaire. I'm gonna give you opportunity to bring up about the church in Charleston. And I'm gonna let you say it, and then I want you to bring up your neighborhood. Okay? Because before he came into the church, let's look at the blood and the bodies. Cause he got 9. Cause I hate when y'all do that, cause y'all don't want to talk about it. That's a separate conversation. We want to have this when y'all done fooled us with in this trap of, oh, we can't, ain't no black on black. Well, it ain't. Everybody is proximity. So let's talk about the proximity and why the fuck black men can't walk in certain neighborhoods. Why the fuck you gotta check in? Cause who you checking in with, the mayor? Or
Yeah.
some random motherfucker in the hood. Hold on, millionaire. Cause if you gonna lie, then we gonna just do the battle. We could just go bar for bar. And we could just start joking with each other.
No,
Cause
I'm not
don't
gonna lie.
fucking
I'm gonna tell you
lie.
the truth. When you're ready, I'm gonna tell you the truth as soon as you're ready.
Okay, well, hold on, let me finish this. Whenever a black man try to say it's the women raising the men, let's entertain that. Let's entertain it. Cause no
It's
matter how
true.
you hold on, Q, hold on. You eager. You gotta finish so you can focus. Go ahead and finish. Mute up and finish. Wipe up, clean up, so you can focus on the conversation. Cause you all over the place. You keep edging. Stop
Insults,
fucking
guilt, and you
edging
need to
and
be
get that
right.
shit out
I'm not
so you can
gay, and that's
focus.
very
Stop
disrespectful.
edging and let it out so you can
I'm not
focus on the
gay.
conversation. Cause you too turned. Like, damn, you got your whole fist up there now. God damn, stop
Respectful. You
edging and
clearly
get
got a
to
fist
it.
up there too,
So
shorty.
this the thing. This the thing that's interesting. I'll entertain it, but no matter how you slice it, if it is true that black women are raising these serial unalivers who are terrorizing the community, then they are raising their own oppressor. They're raising the person who gonna victimize them. Cause the black women, black children, and other black men are victims to these crazed serial unalivers who think that they can snatch purses, bust in people's house, take cars, unalive people, sell candy. They think they can do all that. So even if you want to say that's the mother doing it, it's mighty crazy that you want to give her the credit for unaliving herself through her child, because that's what you're saying.
Hold on, before you go,
I
can
should
I
She's
finish?
not
divest.
winning. Go
Hold on,
No,
ahead,
before
black
you
men
Tara.
should
go, let me
divest.
finish. Hold
Problem
on, real
solved.
quick. Hold up,
Just
real quick.
divest.
All right, just be
Go
quiet.
go ahead, finish Tara, then Millionaire, and then Betty, because I see Betty put her hands up.
Now, real quick though, I think it's interesting that men are like leave the home, they abandon the family, abandon the kids, they MIA, and they like, well, anything that go wrong is your fucking fault. And I think it's crazy that they do that. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Millionaire, and then Betty.
So what is this about again? It sounds like it's about hating black men. Okay, all right. Why y'all hate black men though? Okay, so y'all said we the ones doing all the
Hold
harming
on, gang. Let him.
and
Let
all
him.
that.
Let him. He trying to. This what they do when they get prepared to fuck. It take them a lot to get up the ambience
Oh
together.
no. Yeah,
Let
yeah.
it go.
I was supposed to be touching on something you had just asked me about anyways, about like going in the hoods and like who are you supposed to be, like the mayor? Because I come from a hood where dudes are hopping like 50 cars and come to your motherfucking place with some automatics and some 12 gauges. So yeah, it's like like who are you and why is you in our hood? Because like this is our hood, we're gonna protect it. We're gonna protect the men out here. We're gonna protect the women out here. We're gonna protect the kids out here. So yeah, if you're like a stranger just scrolling up to some weird place, who are you? And you can see that every day. Like people can't go to the wrong hood wearing the wrong colors today. You just can't do that.
Ask
So
you a question about that real
that's
quick.
what protecting your hood is about.
Hold on, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yep.
Why is it that the other black men from the other hood can't show their face, but at the same time those same communities are being gentrified today? Why do y'all give a like why y'all allow the YT people in with open arms, but you see a motherfucker that look like you and you help get the unaliving rate up, the property taxes down. Like why do y'all do that?
Honestly, where I'm from, like if like come on now, I'm not even gonna say where I'm from. Like in the hood, anybody like in the hood, people know there's a lot of illegal stuff going on in the hood. There's not gonna be a lot of welcoming of white tea people, and I don't mean that in a bad way at
You missed the
all. But
point.
that's how the hood operates. You're not just gonna be welcoming in.
No, millionaire. You missed the point.
Okay, what is it?
Hold on, no. Because you saying it's not no the YT
I mean, I was
people.
getting to it, but what is
No,
it?
You better lie. So,
Come on
because
now.
me and Mia,
What is
hold
it? I'm
up,
gonna tell you the truth.
me can attest to this because we watched the videos, right? They
Where
got
you from?
these white men
You ain't
coming
hood. I
in,
know that.
sir. They got the white men coming in the community with open motherfucking arms, right?
People in the hood
But
don't
I'm
do that,
looking at
man.
Just say hush.
sir. But I'm
People in
looking
the work jobs,
around,
people on jobs do that.
sir. I'm looking around and the kids can't be on the playground and women are confined to the house because there's niggas out there scared. And if you jump too fast, they gonna unalive your ass. But this white man came to the community, open arms. He part of the brethren. Down
Well,
the
as long as
street,
you
they
ain't shooting
behind
up churches, my bad.
sir. Shut up. So let me finish. Like they set up a store down the street. They knocking down the houses that don't people couldn't they wouldn't rent to them people no more. Like they going undisturbed. Them motherfuckers are setting up shop, right? I just want to know, like, cause y'all such protectors of the community. Why is it that if they got a white face, y'all like, oh, you good? Go ahead and do what you gonna do. But the
Ma'am,
nigga that look like you like I'm ready to unalive that nigga. I don't just want you to
ma'am,
answer that question.
one thing about me is I love all my brothers.
Okay, go ahead, Betty.
Let me answer though.
Hold
Seriously,
on, cause you
seriously.
lying. Wait. You need to wait
Oh my god,
now. Let Betty
yeah.
respond, then you can respond, cause you lying.
So, I will never convince the woman in my community to take accountability for the actions of men. All right. So now, if you would have said these women, if she would have put the pew pew in the boy's hand and said, "Go stick up this person," then I'd be like, okay, that's the mom's fault. If she would have put the D rugs in the boy's hand and said, go sell this on the corner, I'd be like, okay, this the mom's fault. But y'all really be trying to have a woman have accountability for going to work. Going to work. You don't want to address that the people that were making them do this were the other grown men in the community, right? Not our moms didn't raise those grown men. You want to know what grown men raised those grown men? They came from two-parent homes. Those were boomers. The Gen Xers were the teenagers. So those boomer grown men who were raised in two-parent homes went out and convinced teenage boys to go out and do illegal activity because they knew that if you're get arrested as a teenager, you'll get a lesser sentence. These came from boomers. Boomer men did this from two-parent homes. They came from a mother and a father. But y'all don't want to talk about that, right? So if you want to hold somebody accountable, hold those boomers accountable for recruiting those teenage boys into doing illegal activity and then putting them in jail. That's who you hold accountable. I'm not going to ever hold a mother accountable for going to work
and working 12 hours, and you talking about you had to jump off the porch to help your mama, ain't help a motherfucking thing. But it's open pan. Wait, no, Prince said she had a quick something to say. Go ahead, Prince.
Well, it's best for y'all not to have kids, in my opinion.
You can't have.
I didn't know your name was Prince.
I about to say,
I thought your name was Q.
You indigent, but that's when you go to prison. You ain't indigent, but you can't have no fucking kids. We know. Your sperm
like the word was impotent.
Yeah, impotent, yeah. But he gonna be indigent when he get to prison because ain't nobody fucking with him.
Yeah, no, it's
he's selling ass for commissary. Go ahead, Prince.
Playbook. Classic man hating.
Yeah. Dude, stop. Like, chill. It's okay. We'll get to you in a second.
You're off for 9 hours.
Chill, bruh. Chill, bruh. You're needy.
An opportunity to speak.
Needy.
You'll get to speak at the Prince. You'll get to speak at the Prince. You need.
Wait, but I had a question.
Hold on, wait, Prince.
Oh, wow. Nah, let him go since he wants the attention so fucking
Okay,
bad.
go ahead, Q.
Fucking dick guzzler.
No need for the disrespect. Like,
hot creamer.
Dick guzzling. Go ahead, swallow the balls too while you at it.
This is the classic angry.
Don't use any teeth, bruh. Widen your throat a bit. Make it slippery for me.
This is why
Make it slippery.
This is why your
Why don't
boyfriend
you moan
smacked you
against
upside
it
your head.
too?
This is why he threw you
Don't
in that
forget the
drywall.
tip, bruh. Don't forget the tip. Widen your throat, bruh. Deep breaths. Breathe through the nose since you want the attention so fucking bad.
I was being real.
You with that little bedroom voice. Why are you talking like that? You want that attention so fucking bad. Aw, you lonely on a Friday night.
Parents. It's probably not supposed to be out of the bed talking to us. That's why he's talking so low. Because his partner is about to come and knock in between the washer and the dryer. Because he's not supposed to be up talking to us. That's why he's
you guys are statistically the most unmarried and left alone women for a reason.
Statistically, the better did it for you.
No, it's true.
I have a whole
This is how I'm talking right now. Because I can't stand to let women talk.
So wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, what you said? Wait, hold on. You said, hold on, Q. What you said?
I said the single mother bitter brigade has something to say.
Wait, hold on, y'all. I'm about to make a point. Hold on.
I'm not a single mother.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm saying I want him to hold on so I can make a point, but I want to hear what he's saying. So you saying black women, or you just talking about us specifically?
Oh, well, both in this case.
You saying black women?
Yep.
Like the most single mothers and the most what?
No, I said single mothers.
Oh, black women are the most single mothers?
Yep.
And black men are the most incarcerated. Next.
Okay, you're the most unalived. Next.
No.
You sell your organs for fun. Like, I don't know what your organs are.
I don't think this man.
Hold on, y'all.
Your heart,
Black
liver, and
men are the
kidneys
most
get traded for fun.
incarcerated. Hold on. Black men are the most incarcerated, and they the most sacrificed.
And your heart, liver, and kidneys get traded for fun so that other people live. So, I mean, I guess we're both in the same boat. I guess we're both fucked up.
No, one of us. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Or is yours worse than mine?
Hold on, Q. One of us, all of us got to unalive, but all of us don't got to go to prison. Y'all do though.
Y'all get your organs took. So which one's worse?
And you get your ass took. So
organs or ass? Which one's worse? That's what I'm saying. Which one's worse?
Take the organs.
Organs or ass? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gay, but I might take the ass.
The organs is not true.
No, we know you gonna take
it's
the
like
ass.
white women.
Hold on, y'all. See, y'all be missing it. Y'all miss what he said. He said he rather take the ass.
Yeah, I
Is that
heard him. I guess.
So what if I actually
I
was
love
gay?
how
Y'all
you're
gay
coming out
shaming
during
me?
this Pride Month.
y'all laugh? I know.
Oh, he's gay.
Gay shaming.
Why
This
not?
is terrible. This is homophobic. I thought
No,
y'all
that's fine. Take it.
was
I
the
mean,
queens
if
of
you
the
want to
pride
take it to the
movement,
ass, you
whatnot.
swing that way.
Sir, you
But
cannot
no, I was
compliment
just being
anybody.
shamed
You
for
done
it
broke all the
earlier.
rules. You done been
But if I
homophobic,
was gay, I was just
xenophobic,
being shamed
ableist.
for it. See,
Okay,
it's
well
only it's
you've
crazy how
already
like
engaged
only
in
black men
problematic
do this.
Hold
discourse.
on,
Please don't play victim
hold on.
now.
Just let
I'm
him
not playing
talk.
victim
Let him talk.
Pride.
Hold
because I'm
on.
not actually
Let
gay.
him go off
I'd
for
be
a
a
second,
Please
y'all.
victim
stop
if
Let
the
I
him
was
ver-
gay.
go. Hold
But
on,
I'm
Marge.
not
Let
gay,
him
so
go
I'm not a
off for a
victim.
second.
I'm saying I would be a victim if I was gay, but I'm not gay, so I'm not a
virtue
victim. I'm
signaling.
comfortable in my
It's weak.
sexuality. No one's virtue
Marge, hold
signaling.
on,
I'm just not
Marge. Let
gay.
him go.
I'm just, why is that so hard for y'all to understand? I'm comfortable in my
So I
sexuality
remember
as a
my point
straight
now.
man. What point would you like to prove,
Okay,
sis?
go. Okay, so you done. We
Yeah,
got it.
but
Go ahead, Prince.
okay, because what old dude was talking about how, you know, people in different hoods had to check in is, and it's like, oh well, that's what we have to do to protect the community. But it's like y'all wouldn't have to do that if black men were not in these gangs and terrorizing the community in the first place. It all goes back to black men refusing to take accountability for the things that they do that harms our community in the first place. Like, it still goes back to that point. Y'all just refuse to take accountability, and it's mind-boggling why. And I'm glad he left, because I was really hoping he wasn't going to bring up the never mind, I'll go on mute. But that's what I wanted to point out.
Did he leave though? I still see him.
Here,
Yeah, unfortunately.
Millionaire, not
in a
whoever
minute.
this thirsty
Oh.
bastard
But y'all
is.
have y'all man
Yes,
in
y'all,
space
but hold
back.
up, because man was
It
trying
was
to make a
good.
point. Sometimes when these dudes talk like this, y'all gotta stop talking and listen to what they saying.
Yeah, because like it be a lot of stuff that we be missing because we gotta stop trying. Like I keep telling y'all, we not here to educate. If a black man get up on this panel and say that black women are the least desirable and single mothers, why are we trying to break down that to him? He got it, and he the most incarcerated. Ditto dotto, potato, tomato. You got it. I'm gonna be the least desired, and hopefully motherfuckers leave me alone. And since you so desired and you the cat's meow, you need to focus on what you got going on because you don't need me. Y'all, they don't need black women. Black women need to hear what they're saying, and we don't need to march. We don't need to show up at no parole hearings, bond hearings. We don't need to be whatever the men got going. If a man and a man get into it, whether that man got a uniform on or street clothes on, when men get into it, let men handle their own business. I don't care if he was armed or not. That's his fucking business. I'm over here doing what black bitches do, tending to my 10 kids. I can't worry about men's business. We gotta stay out of men's business. You see this picture? That's a woman right there. She should have had her undesirable ass, tending to her kids. Cause let men handle their own business. So if two men get into a fight in the street, that's on the men. We got to start minding our business. When men be battling in court, let the men battle. If a man say it's an injustice somewhere, let it be an injustice every fucking where. Let them handle their own shit. Black women need to figure out another way to help ourselves, because if the black men are going to say we are so undesirable and everything goes to relationship and they can't see our humanity outside of vagina and what the fuck we can do for them in a relationship, then that means that we got a lot of work to do. Leave them alone. They got it. They won. They win. We gonna back out. We gonna stay out men's business. That's my petition. Stay the fuck out of men's business. If you see two men arguing, I don't care if one got a baton. Mind your motherfucking business. That's what we need to start doing. We too invested. They got it. They figured it out. Look, the worst thing is being a black woman. So as long as they ain't a black woman, they safe. They good. Life is good. Like Future said. They got it. But y'all can go ahead.
Yeah. My problem with a lot of these men online is that they just support degenerate men, and they want us to support degenerate men. They love a Pookie and Ray Ray. They are the Pookies and Ray Rays. You know, like just listening to the men that just came in the box. Like half of them admitted to being a Pookie and a Ray Ray, running the streets. They a stick up kid. They gotta see what colors they wearing when they come on the block. like GANG activity. Like some of them got baby mamas themselves. Like they are the men that they talk about, and the crazy thing is that they don't realize that they're the men that they talk about, and that's why they be in here crying, running cover for men that they claim that they not.
And you're right. It's this need to cover. Like, it's this desperate need to cover for each other. Because it's in them. Like this stuff is in them. Like a dude in the comments on a fake page talking about we'll mind our business when a YT man chop you down, and we'll mind ours when a YT woman do with her daddy pew pew. We'll mind it. You got it. We will part ways. We'll deal with our stuff and y'all deal with y'all stuff. If that's what it is, we got it. The black women attend to the kids and y'all can finger pop each other all day and go chase bunnies or whatever y'all be saying. Cause this need for them to protect each other is based on how they feel themselves. A lot of these men come up here and they try to put these soft bedroom voices on, all for them to turn around and say and do the deplorable shit. Then when you match their energy, they like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you saying this. The thing is, we be scared like this. Let me say this. We be scared to really push back and throw the shit they say, because I'm throwing back the shit they say to us at them, because I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do what I need to do to protect my community and protect people that look like me and protect humanity and my humanity at that. I have empathy for people. I'm not going around making motherfuckers check in. I ain't gonna unalive nobody. I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm not gonna rape nobody. I'm not gonna harm nobody in my family. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna make a mockery of what our ancestors did for us by running through the court system on some bullshit because some motherfucker disrespected me. I'm not doing that. But what I will do is I will put a mirror up to you motherfuckers when y'all get up here trying to be funny and be cutesy at the deplorable, horrific atrocities that have happened to black women, and y'all want to mock us and make fun. So I'm gonna throw in your face the shit that y'all got going on. But at the end of the day, when they get up here and they do that, they make us scared to say something back. We be up here acting prim and fucking proper when they be disrespecting us with a fucking smile showing all 32 in tonsils. They got us scared. They got us scared to call out their shit. They are literally playing in our face, and we be running around scrambling to get resources and help for these motherfuckers. And they mock and clown us every chance they get. These men get up here and pick at us, and we too scared to say something. We too busy trying to explain and relate to them and connect and hold on, no, like, don't say that. We get offended. Like, that shit was supposed to hurt, and it don't. Because we've been getting chopped up by y'all too, and don't nobody give a fuck. Nobody give a fuck. And we haven't been giving a fuck. We have been getting raped, beat, chopped up, taken. We done disappeared. Nobody cares. Nobody give a fuck. But we've been marching for you because you want to get a fucking appeal. Are we stupid? We done paused everything. We don't got nothing to eat. The roof leaking. We abused and fucking battered, but we find the strength to come march for you because you fucking robbed the bank, and we supposed to appeal that because the white man got a lesser sentence. Fuck everybody. That's where our resources go. Criminals, fake ass political prisoners. So I think that if we stop marching, stop getting involved, stop being worried about what the fuck y'all got going on, and stay out of men's business, we can start focusing on who chopping us up and why. And what can we do about it? We can start refocusing on us worrying about the Innocence Project or whatever this bullshit these motherfuckers got us worried about. I don't give a fuck if it was hard candy or cocaine. I don't give a fuck what they do to them. I don't care if it's non-violent or not. That is the last thing we need to worry about. The motherfuckers knew that they was giving them more time for hard candy than the soft candy, and they still chose to give your grandmother some. I say, fuck that, and let's focus. Fuck it. We could have been putting resources in pushing legislation on our behalf instead of worrying about if a motherfucker get 10 or 20 years. And if y'all don't like that, y'all need to open y'all ears. These men are minimizing our humanity to if a motherfucker want to fuck us. While we're spending all of our resources taking away from our children, away from our communities to help these motherfuckers get away with doing some bullshit. Because they want to be Rockefeller. They want to be Elon Musk. And God forbid, when President Trump won, they swore to God that was a sign from God for them to be criminals. Because if he could get a presidency, they can too. I say we stop worrying about the bullshit and we start focusing on these babies, our education, and pushing legislation that's going to help us, and let the men deal with their own shit. If it's so many of them, if it's only 12 motherfuckers in trouble and 1,000 that's free and have good jobs, they own trucks, they entrepreneurs, let them deal with their shit and we'll focus on these babies and what we got going on. That's what I say. But go ahead. Oh, we got new people up here. Hold on, let me see. I'm yelling because I'm mad at the motherfucker. That's why I'm yelling. I'ma yell until the cows come home. I'ma yell until the roosters come to roost. I'ma yell until your daddy get out of jail. I'ma yell until you take your thumb out your ass. I'ma yell until you give up on the cocksucking. I'ma yell until y'all call cocksuckers anonymous so y'all can behave. That's when I'ma yell. But who was next?
Hi, good night.
It was Margie, then you can go. And then no, Margie, then Cleo. It's a lot of fucking people. Margie, Cleo, Moha, I can't see it's cut off, and then Jay.
Okay, how y'all doing?
Hey.
I just want to say I'm fucking with everything you talking about, host. And there was a part of it where I had to, not take it too personal. 'Cause I'm like, who's saving these ninjas? Cause it ain't me. A long time ago, my first exposure to massage noir was real young in my life, and I remember it just really shifted because I was raised in a Pan-African home, as most, I think, Black American women were, where we were raised to believe, Black love, say it loud, Black man, protect the Black man. Girl, one day I started realizing, nope, that's my biggest op. He is using, we done retold the history to believe that half these Black leaders that was militant and we put on posters, they was raping Black women. We knew it and hid it out of history to protect the Black man. We protected the Black man even when he made hip hop music about our sexual, like literally our trauma, right? We still supported him. And then he turned around and blamed us after they sold drugs, smuggled to our community, got our community addicted, everything. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of holding our biggest elephant in the room. And it's that they are our weakest links. They are the weakest links to us. And Black women be scared to say that. That's why I'm like, if we did have this movement, it would be very small because misogyny is a bitch. And a lot of women got a lot of internalized misogyny, and they're not even ready to have this conversation about the fact that Black men are saying vehemently how much they hate us unless you pass the paper bag test. And then either way, the inevitable will happen, and you will end up in the preference to baby mama pipeline.
And you know what's
Everybody can see this thing.
And you know what's crazy? Real quick, because somebody in the comments, I think it was Sarah, was like, "It's yelling, but it's passion. It is passion, but I am mad as a motherfucker. Anybody who understands what emotions are, anybody who understands emotions, I'm supposed to be mad James
Yeah.
Baldwin said it. I'm gonna remix what he said, but he said to be a Negro. Well, no, I'm gonna say what he said. He said to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. So I am mad as a motherfucker because I'm a Negro woman in this country and I got to sit up in here on a day-to-day basis. It don't be YT people coming up in here. It be black men coming in here causing straight havoc. That black man got a thrill out of saying that our organs was stole after he said some other deplorable shit. I responded to him. He started. But it is, yeah, I'm gonna yell. But it is passion. I be emotional than a motherfucker. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I'm angry. I'm sick. I'm all that. But I tell you this, I ain't stupid and I ain't the bitch I was. This person today is like, nah, we not gonna coddle criminal behavior anymore. We're not taking from our children anymore to give to criminal activity because oppression. That shit sounds stupid. So I'm sorry. We not gonna do that. So if you do criminal activity because your daddy got unalive when you was 7, or because you was raised by a single mother, or because you can't be like the YT man and you think committing crimes and selling candy and causing havoc is the way to be, I ain't supporting that shit. You on your own. What your boy said, um, in the words of Eric Mays, if y'all don't watch them, y'all need to watch them. Eric Mays said, if you vote wrong, you're gone. If y'all keep choosing wrong, you're gone. I don't give a fuck. You keep doing the wrong shit, you're gone. You ostracize out the black community. The black community is no longer accepting mediocre criminal activity as an excuse because of oppression, while everybody else trying to keep their head above water. If you do wrong, you're gone. But go ahead, who the next person was? Mahana, go ahead. Damn. Go ahead, Cleo.
Oh, I had a sorry, can you hear me? I got my box fan going.
I can hear you.
Uh, so I was listening to a lot of what you said, but I just had this on my mind about like how I feel like people like Tory Lanez and DDG, they almost manipulatively take from the actual injustices of black men that happen. And when I was on a panel before, we were talking about DDG and he started mentioning the Central Park 5 and how all of these things tie together about the injustices of black men. And I feel like it kind of ties back into that patriarchy that they set up, but they can't conform to, but they are upset about. And it takes from the real injustices of what black men face. So it kind of makes it that same cycle where if a black man is going through like real life injustices when it comes to legal battles, when it comes to custody battles, when it comes to all these different type of battles, it makes it hard for them to almost come up, and it makes it hard for black women to even speak up because they use these real life experiences and they manipulate and kind of work it to their favor of like, oh, this is how the black man gets done in America and I can't see my son because this is how black men are done in America. No, you put your hands on that girl. You did her crazy. You shouldn't have got her pregnant in the first place. You put a pew pew on that girl. Like, you were the one that made a music video chopping up horse legs. You were the one that got online before everything even came to light, and she didn't even want to. And that's where I say again, stop protecting them. Because if Megan wouldn't have said, oh, I stepped on glass, and she wouldn't have not came out, she just wanted to be done with it. She wanted to go her separate ways, but it was him who got online, and that's where the state ended up picking up the charges because the witnesses started coming out. And it was her trying to protect him from the system that ultimately it's kind of like people are using her protecting him from the system almost against her. And I feel like they're trying to work it and make their life and make the abuse that they put towards women in these communities and in these relationships, and they try to tie it to the real life injustices. And I feel like it's going downhill, and it's making multiple people not even want to come out and say anything about anything, and it's making Black women not really want to protect y'all. Because I'm at the stage now where it's like, I don't want to protect y'all, because what if I do protect y'all and say nothing ever happened? That's going to be used against me. I don't want to do that. And I'm at a point in life where it's just like, I'm trying to focus on my money. I'm trying to focus on my craft. I'm trying to focus on climbing the corporate ladder by myself as a Black woman in corporate America. And I don't want to continuously have to focus on y'all. I'm almost to the point where I'm about to say fuck all y'all. Honestly.
Well, figuratively, we are not literally, but figuratively. But look, y'all. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if Cleo said DDG or DVD, but I know she ATE. Cleo said everything that was in my notes that I had earlier. Everything.
Oh, thank you.
You literally said it all.
Thank you. I thought I was monologuing for a minute.
No.
I was like, let me shut up.
You ate.
Thank you.
Because that was like that was exactly the point. And then you were able to succinctly make the point and then give an example. Because the example that was a perfect example, especially in this climate, because it's such a hot topic. They keep mentioning it in the comments. But DDG, you using the example is perfect, because he is saying that I did, like, basically he's hiding behind the fact that he committed a crime. He abused that girl, that woman. And he did not care about his child, but he gets to come out and say, oh, y'all see how they do Black men? I can't even see my son. And that is exactly what they do. And it conflates two different things, and it absolves them of responsibility and accountability. But TD, you want to say something before Swish go?
I was just gonna say, Cleo, you ate that. I'm gonna say that for number one. And number two, yeah, I'm not defending y'all niggas. I've never defended you. What do I look like going before somebody and defend y'all character? Y'all's characters 9 times out of 10 is garbage. Y'all are garbage people. 9 times out of 10. I'm not defending garbage. I'm throwing y'all away in the trash where y'all belong.
Oh, and let me read this to y'all real quick, because I found some of my notes, but it ain't the main ones. I had reorganized it to make more sense, but whatever. We done moved way far from that. But remember I was saying earlier, we've been scared. We have this fear. So and keep in mind with the Black community how we've been conditioned. But it says fear of airing dirty laundry. There's often a fear of publicly criticizing Black men because it could give fuel to racist systems. Some feel that internal issues should be handled in-house to avoid reinforcing negative stereotypes, even if it means silencing the victims in the community. And this happens in so many different ways, because when you use the example of Megan literally, that's why I put Tory Lanez up here. Megan's initial thing was, I don't want to call the police because they might unalive him, even though he could have unalived her or at the very least ruin her career. And she still was in the mode of protecting him. And there's so many situations where women are being harmed or men are doing things that are criminal to them, and they do not want to get the police involved because there's this cynicism between law enforcement and the community. And we've been told and we've been fed some of this information, not saying it's not a systematic thing, not saying there's not some truth to it, not saying there's not biases, not saying that there's not harm, but I want you to understand, a lot of times these men who participate in criminal activity are in cahoots with these very police that they want to make you feel like you can't trust. And I'm gonna tell you where I get that from. Malcolm X said that if I might be misquoting it, but he said something like if the black community, as over police as the black community is, but then there's still so much crime, I have to assume that the criminals and the cops are in cahoots. A lot of these men are in cahoots with the officers, and it's at your demise. So if they don't want you calling them, right, but then they paint this picture to you about them, it's real interesting because think about it. As soon as a criminal get into a room with the door closed, what they do? Start singing like a canary. Can't wait to tell. They gonna tell on you, and you. But go ahead, Swish. You got it, Swish.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Oh, you proper.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me here.
Oh, you a YT man? What the hell?
You said white?
YT?
Damn.
No, I'm black.
Fishing.
Hold on. Who that is? Swish.
Listen, I'm specifically
Oh,
African.
Swish.
Huh?
And can I mention something about the
look at his
Megan
page.
situation? The Megan situation
what?
happened 2 months after George Floyd happened.
Yeah.
So that's why she did all that
Oh.
initially. She really feared for that man's life. This was 2 months after George Floyd.
No. Oh yeah, I know that. But hold on.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Can I respond? Can I
Swish.
speak?
Oh, you Canadian. Okay, you right, Blade, but he is Canadian. All right, Maple Syrup. Go ahead.
Okay. So look, I was
He
gonna
Canadian.
speak. I was gonna
He
ask you why you
Canadian.
had. I was gonna ask why you had Tori on here. You said Megan was trying to protect Tori in that situation.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. I know you Canadian. I know you high off syrup. But sir, the prompt clearly says black men are not the only victims. Why is the black community socialized to prioritize black male pain? We ain't specific. I know he's from Canada, but he in California in the penitentiary. So don't worry about it. We got him. He's safe. Answer the prompt.
Okay, so based off the prompt, what I was gonna say was there's just a double standard that I think that is being exposed. You know what I mean? And I feel like so for example, I'm just gonna use like for example DDG's case, right? So
okay, you gonna use DDG. So okay, I'm gonna call instead of calling you Swish, I'm gonna call you Maple. Go ahead.
Okay, so with DDG's case, whatever, you see that when she filed the case, whatever, and she said he abused me or whatever the case was, we all said DDG, like we were like, if DDG did this, we're holding him accountable, right? But when it came to his case, when he filed his restraining order and he provided information and evidence, whatever the case was, text messages,
About the community.
none of us held him accountable. I mean, none of us held Halle accountable for the actions.
The case was dismissed.
It wasn't dismissed. His restraining order was actually granted. His temporary
He kind of
restraining
is
order
right.
was
The
granted.
judge, hold on. The judge did grant DDG his funky little restraining order only because Halle wasn't going near that nigga anyway. So the judge was like, here, damn, take it. Because Halle wasn't going near him anyway.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if he grant him custody. If he grant him custody tomorrow, I use another motherfucker to talk about. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so
I'll change his picture to another motherfucker that's guilty. I don't give a damn.
Okay, what's with the double standard? That's all I'm asking.
Because I'm a double standard.
Okay, so then that's why people are looking at that and being like, you guys aren't listening.
No, I don't. No. Look at me. Look at me like I'm a stack of pancakes. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I don't care if they come out. Listen, Maple. Listen. If they come out tomorrow and say that Megan lied and they gonna let Tori out, I'm gonna replace Tori picture with yours. I don't give a fuck. The fuck is you talking? I don't care. I'm making a point. And them two situations, you got it. You fucking got it. But it's so many more. Your picture will be up there.
So you're saying in general.
I'm speaking general. I'm speaking about the community. I'm speaking about overtime. I'm speaking about faces that you don't know. I'll put Freeway Rick Ross up there. I'll put what's the nigga name? I put George Jackson up there from the Black Panthers. I'll put Martin Luther King up there. I'll put Malcolm X before he converted to Islam when he was in the penitentiary. I'll put anybody because it all still works.
So what's your point then? Like, what's your question?
I don't have it. No, damn. Terry, you got to hold it down real quick.
So, do you know about the black community, sir? Do you know what's going on in the black community, Swish?
Yeah, there seems to be a gender
All right,
war
that's
there.
what the. All right, hold on real quick. The topic, if you look at it, says the black community. Now, we like to put pictures on the background because I know some people they need pictures to say like focus, to help you focus. But the pictures are there, but they're not the topic that we're talking about.
Okay, I understand. But what I'm trying to ask, what's the question about? Because
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I started with. Do you know anything about the black community? Because now you're like, what is the question about? So you don't know about the black community.
I mean, I do know about the black community. It's
Okay,
just I
so
don't
all right,
understand the
let's stay
question.
right there. Stay right there. Why is it that in the black community we're socialized to prioritize black men, the male queen? Why is that, sir?
I think it's the opposite actually, and I think it's past black. I think it's just men and women.
No, it's
I
not men and
mean,
women, sir. Again, I still suspect you YT. Because do you know about the black community?
yes.
Okay, we're talking about the black community, sir. Why is it
Okay.
that in the black community when we march, when we come together, it's usually for black men? Why are black men prioritizing the black community, sir, when it comes to
Did we
pain?
not march for Breonna Taylor? Did we not? Like, there's plenty of other cases you can bring up where we've marched for black women.
Okay, all right, so let me help you out. So police brutality, over incarceration disproportionately impacts black men more, right?
Yeah.
So we prioritize issues related to those men. Those women, they got in because of that way. We don't, however, march because of reproductive rights and high mortality rates in black women. So we're not marching for women's issues. We're marching for issues related to men. Why is that, sir?
I guess, okay, I kind of see the
That
point
was
there.
beautifully said, Tara. That's exactly the point. Shout out to Tara.
I mean, I get your point there, but it's like, so what do you want exactly, like, from that? What do you want from this question?
I
What do
want
you want
you
from this
to admit, sir, that you Canadian and don't know shit about the black community.
Is there not a black community here?
Apparently it's not, sir. I asked you if you knew about the black community. Now you can't comment on it, but it's cool. I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. Just think about it for a second. What's up, Dex?
Maybe I saw one on TV.
Hey,
Black Betty.
up us all. They've been stupid, Diggs. They've been on stupid. They've been smoking DICK.
Yeah, I mean because, and the crazy thing about this is men like to claim that we're logical, but can't understand a simple thing like this. Like, and you claim to be a black man, but struggling to answer the question or understand what is going on here. Like,
He's
so
from
yeah,
Mount Caucasus. Don't stop playing with me.
yeah, he's
Wait,
not. But
hold on.
no,
Wait,
I'm just
I gotta
saying that.
interrupt. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all gotta tap the screen and engage because it said I'm restricted for visibility and some viewers because y'all be telling. That's what I'm saying. This is a prime example. Y'all not real. Like y'all gonna tell ASAP. Y'all big tell. Y'all big on telling. So y'all gotta tell. But go ahead, Dick. My bad.
They be telling that man on you, but hold up, y'all. Share the live out. Y'all got to share the live out. Everybody share the live out to 10 people or some shit like that. Go ahead, Dex.
I mean, it's two things could be going on here. It's either he EYT or I mean, we know it have a lot of the squirrel family in our community. You know what I mean? Who's part of the squirrel family? You know, the bigger version, and he sounds like one of them too. Like, you know what I mean? So he could be either or. this guy don't care about the black community, whether he is black or not. He doesn't care. He doesn't care to look into anything because he wants to pretend that it doesn't happen. So then he could then say, like, I'm not one of them. So don't
Yeah,
treat me like
he
that.
wants to talk about his boyfriend on the background. That's all.
Right.
That's
So
what you
can
think
you
about the
so
prompt in
wait, hold on,
itself.
hold on. Let me respond to Dex. Can you
We're not.
respond
No,
to
we're not putting you on a pedestal. Go ahead. Doc, you respond to the prompt.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It just deals with patriarchy. We always want to be centered. I mean, we don't really view women's pain as pain. The, as soon as we got our ability to do certain things, we left black women behind. Like, I mean, we never really cared about black women. We only cared about ourselves. We only care about our pain, but cause pain on ourselves at the same time, which is a contradiction. But it is frustrating to just watch it happen over and over. I mean, I'm speaking to the choir here because you guys been dealing with it. You know what I mean? It we just don't care about anyone else but ourselves and defending men. You know what I mean? That's just it. We are infatuated with men. We love men to the point that we will do anything to protect men. That's just basically it.
Thank you, Dex. What's up, Summer?
Hey y'all, how everybody doing? Yeah. Happy Eid Mubarak. Um,
God
so
to eat. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, sister. Uh, so black men are not the only victims. Why is the black man, as a black community, socialized to prioritize black male pain? I think it's because of that stupid patriarchal hierarchy. We really, like the black men especially, seem to think that black men are the community. Because if you think you're the leaders for whatever dumb reason, then obviously everything should be about me and then it'll trickle down to the family, but it doesn't. But we're not protected. But the people who harm us and unalive us the most are men in our lives, the people in our homes. Um, and it's often the abused father, grandfather, uncle, cousin, brother, whatever. That's more likely than anything. But we can't address that because every time we have the conversation, which is the point Swish was getting to, sometimes women do it. Sometimes it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. We're talking about disproportionate harm. But we can never talk about it because most of the men can take
Wait,
no
I can barely
responsibility.
hear you.
Oh,
Summer.
sorry. I
I
might have
thought
the
it
wrong
was.
side. Can you hear me on this side? Is that better or no?
I can hear you a little better.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn off the headphones. I never get a headphone.
Okay, good. Cause I'm like, I know you cooking, but
I
come on.
can't
Okay, here
never
we
get
go.
it. I can't never get a headphone to work. And I just bought these. Every month I got to buy a new one because of my static electricity. Anyway, yeah, it's because of the hierarchy. They think that they are the community and that they should trickle down any help to us, but it never does. We're not protected. We're not listened to. We're not cared about. Every time we bring up our issues, it's, well, women aren't perfect. I heard, like the one earlier, whoever, the woman was abusing him and she took him to court, whatever. Like, shut up. I'm so tired of y'all. Talk about the general, talk about the majority, talk about the harm, take some accountability. And when you respond, please stay on subject and talk about men. Why in the world can y'all not? It is impossible, seems like, to deal with just talking about men. Watch him. He about to flip it to women. I land. Yeah.
I think my biggest issue is why do you get upset when we talk about degenerate men doing with their degenerate behavior? Like all you care about is that man's reputation because you feel like his reputation represents you. But then at the same time, you want to say that you're not like them. And like for example, Diddy, for example, all y'all care about is how his reputation is being destroyed. But shouldn't his reputation have been destroyed when you saw him body slam Cassie on the ground and drag her across the hotel room? Like, like that's when his reputation should have been destroyed. But y'all don't even care about that.
Who's
Y'all
defending
too
Diddy?
busy focused on whether or not he did what he did in this court case. And who cares what he did in this court case? He literally, there's a video of him body slamming somebody.
And they
Who's
want to
defending
protect his
Diddy?
image because they like, oh, like look how they always mess the black man image. No. This hold on. Let me say this real quick, and then Dex, you can respond because I saw you said you had the answer. This y'all problem. See, stop acting like, and that was the thing I read. It was like we're in front of like we gotta keep stuff in because we don't want the daddy or the nothing to sweep nothing under the rug because we don't have to fix no image for nobody. The motherfuckers who gonna see the collective as they gonna see the collective gonna see it. We gotta get out of that too. That's a lot of y'all problem. And that's how I know a lot of these black men who want to do this bullshit is because they want to emulate this idea of what power looks like because they see what they are trying to imitate what they think YT men do. And
Okay,
that's a lot of the problem. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I don't care if we have this conversation and who we have it in front of. Us not talking about stuff in front of mixed company is why we keep sweeping shit under the rug and bailing motherfuckers out. We need to have this conversation because there ain't no mixed company. We talking to each other. If other motherfuckers chime in, they was gonna chime in anyway. We
wait.
do not have to impress nobody because we make it. The problem is that we're so busy trying to have this image instead, and he ain't
Okay,
right.
can I
Black
say something? Why do you guys act like there's only black men who defend Diddy? Is there not black
You
women
not gonna
defending
say
Diddy?
nothing when I'm talking. Um, y'all want to protect these images like, oh, that's gonna affect the black man image. What affected the black man image is a black man dragging a woman in a hotel lobby or by the elevator, and black men defending that of all walks of life. That's what fucked up the black men. Work on shipyards, all men of all ages and walks of life all joined together butt plug to defend fucking Diddy, even after they saw that video. When all you should have did was say, that is not representative of a black man. We not taking on responsibility for the image when y'all sack chasers started cock sucking for them. That's what messed up the black man image. The bullshit. But go ahead, Dix.
I mean, it's just simple. We want to be those men. You know what I mean? Like that's why we focus on just getting money, like status. It's not to do anything good. Is to brutalize women. Is to literally, you know, put women in their place. Is to see women suffer. Like literally, that's all we want money and power to do. Because we just follow in the footsteps of rich men. Like, you know, I mean, we bow down to rich men. We would not challenge rich men. Like, we look up to them just to get the crumbs from them because rich men literally just said, the only thing we'll give you is some crumbs and a woman. But not just have a woman, but you have to also brutalize them. You have to actually, you know what I mean, like oppress them just the way we want you to do it. And the men gladly does it. They will never actually stand up with power to do something good with it. They will never actually gain power to actually take down the system to have a better society. We want to be harmful. Like that's why they defend Diddy all the time. That's why they defend R. Kelly and like Cosby. They'll make up things like, well, he was supposed to buy this and that's why they're taking him down and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? It's not because he actually did these heinous things to women. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that why he's in trouble. It's because he was trying to buy something and challenge, you know, whitey men. But that's all it is. We will always team up to do heinous things to women and children. Always. That's it's so that's why we defend that. is because we want to be this way. We don't want that. They don't consider themselves a good person because to be a good person is to be feminine, and that's something that men supposed to reject. You know what I mean? It is power. That's why they always focus on strength. Like we stronger. What we use the strength for is to be violent. Like you know what I mean? And it's to put. That's why we romanticize submission, but only for people that we quote unquote view as weaker. We never like submission when whitey men do it. You know what I mean? When they're using that violence.
No, that's on the fence about that one.
Well, they will do it willingly, hoping they won't get violence. They don't like it when the violence is there. You understand what I'm saying? Because they willingly will give it up. They will willingly submit. But it have whitey men don't care about that submission. They want to use violence against us. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't like it. But they are willing to do it to women at a drop of a dime.
Why y'all not tapping? Please tap the screen. Why are you at 43,000? It's 38 people. Tap, tap, tap. Give it like 30 seconds.
Thank you. I'm like, we
It
do
ain't
need to
moving.
tap. Because I just came back here, stepped away for a second, but I came back. But yeah, we need to tap because y'all know. Hold on, because they be restricting me. But who want to go? Who said something? I mean, who was saying something? I missed it. I'm sorry, y'all.
Dex was talking.
Okay. You were still talking, or you had finished it? Okay. Tara, go ahead.
I ain't got shit to say. That was it.
Okay, because I'm like, look, because I can go on my backup page because y'all, I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I see them restrictions. I get nervous. Last time they snatched my ass. So
If you want to go to the backup, I'm gonna sit beside you.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the backup. It ain't gonna be right away because I gotta bust the move real quick. Like them YNs be saying I'm busting the move. Whatever they be saying, I might be using my own terminology because I had a birthday. I'm a little old, but hold on, let me do something real quick before I do switch. Do I got this? No, I don't got it. Never mind, y'all. I can't even do what I was about to do. But y'all stay tuned. I think I'm gonna come up on my backup page. But just give me what they say when they have at the comedy club and they in between comics. What is it? We gonna have a little intermission because I gotta see a man about a horse or whatever they say. But I'll be back. Y'all come back. Thank you. Let's try to help me out. I'm gonna be on the Drika page. I'm gonna come back on the Drika page. That's what I'm gonna do.
So go drink some water. Go drink some water, everybody.
Who you talking to? Is don't mean nothing. Let me see. That's what I was trying to find. Damn, Tara.
What I do?
Help me.
What you need help with?
Sing a.
You want me sing?
Like sing a song. Be like sing a song or something. Say something. Okay, there we go. It took me forever to find it. Happy birthday.
Well, where all the people go at?
They drop like hotcakes.
Y'all motherfuckers, no, come bring your asses back up here. So we can do. You're not gonna have me on the panel here by myself. That's crazy.
I was trying to stall y'all. I'm so sorry.
No, bring your asses up here.
I was trying to stall. I don't even know if she saw that my little intro said that it said, but I'm gonna come back on my backup page. She might be still
all right.
busy.
All right. Okay.
But it's literally 12 where I'm at, so that's why I'm like, let me just go ahead and do
it.
It
Don't matter. It don't matter. It's